My name is Tom Kennedy. I'm chairman of the board of directors of Bank Exchange Financial Group Inc. I hereby call this meeting to order and welcome each of you to the annual meeting of shareholders of Bank Exchange Financial Group Inc. Thank you for attending this meeting. As the bylaws provide, I'll be acting as chairman of this meeting. The board of directors has requested that Vicki Spencer serve as secretary of this meeting, and she has agreed to do so. Angie Eagle and Kevin Gill have been appointed to act as the inspectors of this meeting. An agenda that outlines the order of business for the meeting has been made available. The matters on which shareholders at the meeting are voting are as follows. Elect 5 nominees to the board of directors. Ratify the appointment of Young, Hyde, and Barber, P.C. as the company's independent registered public accounting firm for the year ending 2019. Approve the compensation of the company's named executive officers as disclosed in the proxy statement pursuant to the compensation disclosure rules of the SEC, and transact any other business that may properly come before the meeting. A majority of shareholders have submitted their proxies in advance of this meeting, and we thank them for doing so. The holders of any undelivered proxies may present them to the inspectors at this time. All valid proxies will be voted as marked. If you have voted by proxy, you do not need to take any further action. If you have not yet voted, please obtain a proxy from one of the inspectors at this time. If you are voting today, please mark your proxy in accordance with the instructions, and we will collect your proxy at the conclusion of the motions. I'm pleased to recognize the following directors who are present at the meeting, other than William C. Bryant III, who had an unavoidable conflict. And as I call their names, I'd like for them to stand, please. Louis C. Addison, John R. Alford Jr., Robert R. Chapman III, A. Douglas Dalton III, James F. Daly, Julie P. Doyle, Wyatt R. Foster Jr., Philip C. Jamerson, Lydia K. Langley, Augustus A. Petticolas Jr., J. Todd Scruggs. Mr. Chapman and Mr. Scruggs also serve as executive officers of the company and the bank. We're also pleased to welcome Brandon Driver of Young, Hyde, and Barber, P.C., our independent auditor in 2018. During the question and answer period, he'll be available to answer questions concerning the company's financial statements. All shareholders of record as of the close of business on March 26, 2019 are entitled to vote at this meeting. Notice of this meeting was mailed to each of the shareholders on or about April 12, 2019 in compliance with the statutory requirements of the company's governing documents. We have received an affidavit from Broadridge, the registrar and transfer agent for our common stock, as to the mailing of the notice of the meeting. Accordingly, I now declare this meeting duly called. Each of you should have registered at the desk as you entered the meeting. If any of you have not registered, please make sure you do so before you leave today. Each of you should have received an agenda as well as a copy of the rules of conduct when you entered the meeting. To conduct an orderly meeting, we ask that shareholders not address the meeting until recognized. Should you desire to ask a question or speak, please stand or raise your hand. After being recognized, first identify yourself and your status as a shareholder or representative of a shareholder, and then state your point or ask your question. Please limit your remarks to the agenda items. Thank you for your cooperation. First order of business is to determine the existence of a quorum. Ms. Eagle, do you have a report?
Yes, I've been advised by the inspectors of election that immediately prior to the commencement of this meeting, approximately 75% of the company's issued and outstanding shares are represented at today's meeting.
Because a majority of the company shares is represented here today, the quorum quorum is present, the meeting is duly constituted and the business of the meeting may proceed. The meeting is now open for the transaction of business. Polls are now open for each matter to be voted upon by the shareholders at this meeting. Polls will close following the last motion. If you desire a ballot, please raise your hand and it will be provided. If you are voting today, please mark your ballot as desired, and we will collect your ballot following the last motion. Any ballots not received or called for will not be counted. We will proceed with the transaction of the business of this meeting. First item of business as set forth in the notice of annual meeting of the shareholders and the proxy statement is the election of 5 Group 1 directors of the company. The proxy statement sent to you earlier listed our nominees for director. I would like to introduce the nominees and ask each nominee to stand and be recognized as your name is called. The following persons have been nominated to serve as Group 1 directors. A. Douglas Dalton III, James F. Daly, Wyatt R. Foster Jr., Philip C. Jamerson, Thomas W. Petterton Jr. Each of the nominees is a current director of the company. Information concerning each of the nominees was set forth in the proxy provided to you in connection with this meeting. The Group 1 director nominees are being elected to serve until the 2022 annual meeting of shareholders or until their successors are elected and qualified. A motion to elect 5 directors as described in the proxy statement is now in order.
So moved. Second.
If you are voting today, please mark your ballot and we will collect it at the conclusion of the motions. The second item of business is to ratify the appointment of Yount, Hyde & Barbour, PC as the company's independent registered public accounting firm for the year ending December 31st, 2019. The appointment of Yount, Hyde & Barbour, PC is discussed in the proxy statement that was provided to you in connection with this meeting. A motion to ratify the auditor appointment as described in the proxy statement is now in order.
So moved. Second.
The next order of business is to approve the 2018 compensation of the company's named executive officers. This proposal is a non-binding shareholder advisory vote. The company's executive compensation is discussed in the proxy statement that was provided to you in connection with this meeting. A motion to approve the compensation of the named executive officers as described in the proxy statement is now in order.
So moved. Second.
That concludes the motions before this meeting. If you are voting today, please make sure you've marked your ballot and give it to the inspectors. Have all ballots been given to the inspectors? We have all of the ballots and polls are now closed. The inspectors will now count the votes. The inspectors counted the ballots and proxies.
Yes, we have counted the proxies and ballots and are ready to report the preliminary results.
Would the inspectors please report the vote on the motions?
The preliminary report of the inspectors of election indicates that each of A. Douglas Dalton III, James F. Daly, Wyatt R. Foster Jr., Philip C. Jamerson, and Thomas W. Petterton Jr. have been elected as directors by the shareholders. Each nominee received the affirmative vote of a plurality of the votes cast at the meeting. Ratification of the appointment of Yount, Hyde & Barbour, PC as the company's independent registered public accounting firm for the year ending December 31st, 2019 has been approved by the shareholders by more than the majority of the votes cast at the meeting. The compensation of the company's named executive officers as disclosed in the proxy statement pursuant to the compensation disclosure rules of the SEC has been approved by the shareholders by more than a majority of votes cast at the meeting.
Based on the report of the inspectors, I am pleased to report that each of the motions presented to the shareholders have been approved at this meeting. On certification, the vote totals for each of these matters will be recorded in the minutes of this meeting. You've now heard the results of the voting, and this completes the business to be conducted at this meeting. This concludes the business portion of the meeting. We'll now have a presentation by management with a brief question and answer period. Following the presentation, we will present the Ron Dolan Citizenship Awards, following which we will have refreshments, where you will have additional opportunities to ask questions of our independent auditors, management, Before I turn this meeting over to Bob Chapman, our CEO, there will be a brief video which we would like to share with you all. And after that, Bob will come up and make his presentation on behalf of management. I do want to indicate a few things that occurred during 2019, all of which I'm sure Bob will touch on. But when a company has concluded a year, board of directors, as your fiduciaries, needs to make assessments as to how your company has done. And during 2019, we achieved earnings per share of $1.21. We had net income of $5.3 million. We had total assets of $675 million. And we increased our net interest margin by 8 basis points, which may not sound like a lot, but in today's banking environment, that's a really good success rate. As we all know, the CEO of a corporation gets all the blame when things aren't going very well. So we're just proud to give him all the credit, plus his team, which he would be the first to admit is the reason for our success. But we want to congratulate Bob on a year in which we are proud of as your fiduciary to each of you as shareholders. So we will. Thank you. We will present the video and then Bob will make his presentation.
Being a Bank of the James employee means being a part of the best bank in Lynchburg and a part of one of the very best banks in the state of Virginia.
The one thing that I know for sure sets Bank of the James apart is just how team-oriented we are here. I know that if I don't have an answer, that's okay, because I have this amazing support system that's around me that will help me in any way that they can, because we all have the same goal in mind, and that's to help our customers in the best way possible.
I think that the reputation is second to none in the city. It's where I wanted to go when I knew that I was going to shut down my mortgage company. I feel like I'm on the dream team, and I'm proud to say I'm a Bank of the James employee.
The way that we approach business, just in general, is we make local decisions. We don't have someone from 1,000 miles away in different states making decisions about our client that's sitting right in front of us. We get to hear the story firsthand, and we understand the blood, sweat, and tears that this person has put into the business, but also just understand the approach that we need to take as a bank to keep our brand, keep our loyalty, and also just strengthen the relationships that we have with our clients.
What sets Bank of the James apart is, I think, and I don't want to sound cliche, but I really do think it's the people. But more particularly, I think it's the experiences of the people that are within the organization, the very diverse backgrounds that bring such a realm of possibilities to our clients that sometimes don't exist in other places because,
They're like family.
Yeah, it's very much so like family.
We celebrate the good things that happen in our customers' life, as well as, we grieve with them when, life happens and a catastrophe happens to them in their lives.
The old style of being there to really sit down and listen to someone and what their needs are and what they're trying to accomplish as a family or as a business is something that we really take pride in, and it's considered an honor to be chosen to help someone like that. I just think that sometimes in today's world, gratitude seems to be a little bit missing from time to time, but it's not missing at Bank of the James. We truly share gratitude towards the customers and the regions that we serve. I extend our welcome certainly to our shareholders, customers who are attending, our employees, board members, and the young women and men and their families who are here to receive their 2019 Ronald V. Dolan Awards for Citizenship. If this is the first annual meeting of a public company you have attended, we offer a special welcome. This meeting provides the chance to conduct business, discuss our progress, and share our plans and goals with those who own Bank of the James. Before we begin the financial discussion of the past year and our outlook for the coming year, we'd like to share with you some thoughts from our company's most important asset, our people. We are truly fortunate to have an outstanding team of dedicated banking professionals who provide guidance, service, and customer care that have made Bank of the James a leader in the communities that we serve. And frankly, as has been said earlier in the video, I believe we're a leading bank in the Commonwealth of Virginia, and it's truly an honor to work with each and every one of them each and every day. As a reminder, some of the comments made today may be forward-looking in nature. We may discuss items in the future we cannot control. We advise you to refer to our regulatory filings to get a full explanation of our views about the opportunities and the risks. Our company had a record year in 2018, marked by growth in many of the most important measures of financial performance and creating value for shareholders. The accomplishments of 2018 were the result of a long-term strategy established several years ago. We have invested in growth, expanded into new markets, added to our team of outstanding bankers, and developed the technology and infrastructure for the support needed to earn new business and provide the highest levels of customer service. We had a good year in 2017, and as this table illustrates, we raised the bar and turned in a very good year in 2018. Assets, loans, and deposits reached new levels. We had substantial earnings growth. We demonstrated improved efficiency, and along the way, we built value for shareholders. In 2018, we continued to follow a strategic plan that we believe has been generating excellent results. Commercial lending and banking growth has led the way, generating a growing portfolio of commercial real estate loans, commercial and industrial loans. In addition, the increasing scope and scale of our commercial banking business has led to deposit growth and income from commercial banking services. Loan growth has driven increasing revenue. Interest income growth has been very strong. We have seen higher interest expense, but much of that relates to deposit growth needed to fund the lending. And net interest income has grown at a steady pace. Our mortgage team continues to do outstanding work, and the income from loan origination fees and sales to secondary market has been a highlight of non-interest income growth, along with increased revenue from our investment division. We have maintained a traditional commitment to maintaining the highest possible level of asset quality and capital strength. The combination of growing revenue and a clean balance sheet has supported consistent growth in the value of our company and thereby to you, our shareholders. Bank of the James today serves a large and diverse geographical region. This expansion continues to generate new opportunities to serve a wide range of individuals and businesses. Greater Lynchburg, or as some people call it, or is known as Region 2000, is the hub of our operations. We are honored over the years that we have received a very warm welcome in the Charlottesville, Roanoke, and Harrisonburg markets. The success we've had has encouraged us to strengthen our presence throughout that part of our region that we serve. In 2018, we announced plans to do some selective expansion in our markets. In Region 2000, our new full-service office in Appomattox completed its first full year of operation. We have served Appomattox for years, and a greater presence there in the Appomattox market. Our Appomattox team has enhanced our capabilities there. And we really, that office has become one of the fastest growing offices that we've opened in the 20 years. We're also adding an office in Rustburg this year, which will expand even further our coverage in Region 2000. Charlottesville, led by Jared Fury, has been a lucrative market for us. We are relocating a limited service office in Charlottesville on Route 250 and converting it to a full-service office located on Water Street, just off the downtown mall area, where our Charlottesville headquarters will be housed. Harrisonburg has grown steadily in the past few years, led by Thomas Ray and the team there in the northern end of the Shenandoah Valley, and we're continuing to look for a possible another location there on the east end of town. We also purchased a building in Lexington several years ago to continue our growth and opportunities to serve that part of the Shenandoah Valley, and we will be establishing a temporary office there while we outfit the building that we purchased. The work on the new permanent office should be completed sometime in the first half of next year. We did hire last year veteran banker Trevania Cottrell, who joined us as the Lexington Market President, and we also recently added Will Woody, and certainly look forward to growing our presence in that part of the Shenandoah Valley. Roanoke has also been a strong contributor with a high-performing team led by Brad Harris. We are opening a second full-service office there in mid-June. While our facilities are the physical representation of our presence in these markets, the talented bankers that we have had the good pleasure to work with and the good fortune to attract to our team and our family have really been the heart of our success. I mean, when you start out and begin what we say de novo, or from scratch, a new office in a market, it takes a special breed, and we've been very fortunate to have strong leadership in our regional markets and producing great returns to our investment in those markets. I'll briefly highlight some of the key financial results from 2018. Looking at the past 5 years of performance, you can see the positive trends that contributed to a strong 2018 and has gotten us off to a strong start in this year. Net income in 2018 was by far a record for Bank of the James. We believe our performance reflected the full earnings potential for our company. In the preceding years, investment in growing our team and market expansion created higher expenses. As these investments have continued to generate the anticipated positive revenue, our 2018 net income demonstrated that we are reaping the benefits from these investments. A couple of events in the past slowed our progress toward the goal of steady, predictable earnings growth. In 2016, we were on track for a fifth consecutive year of record net income. A provision for loan loss at the end of that year impacted 16 earnings, which were still the third best in our company's history. One other thing that was important about 2018 in relation to our earnings per share of $1.23 is that we raised capital in November of 2015 and added another 1 million shares into our pot of shares, which diluted our earnings per share. And when that happened, we set out to try to work back that earnings per share to get it back to the level it was before we added those shares to the pot of shares that were already in place, because frankly our shareholders from an earnings perspective were diluted when those new shares were added to the pot. We went from 3.4 million shares to 4.4 million shares. And in 2018 we achieved the earnings back at the same level, earnings per share wise, as we did up to that raise in 2015. So that was frankly a year behind where we thought we would be, but we finally did achieve getting back to the same earnings per share with the extra 1 million shares outstanding from the raise in 15. In 2017, a change in the tax laws reflected the impact of recording a tax-deferred asset. And last year, we were free and clear of any issues and also enjoyed the upside of a lower corporate tax rate. That lower tax rate provided a benefit, but solid interest income and non-interest income contributions were the key to our record net income. With continuing loan growth and attractive margins on our commercial loans, we have demonstrated a very positive trend in total interest income over the past 4 years. Our strategy to grow commercial lending continued and kicked into higher gear in 2018, contributing to significantly record interest income. In 2018, rising interest rates and significant growth in deposits led to higher interest expense. We worked diligently to manage interest expense and grow interest income from lending. The result was continued growth of net interest income, continuing the positive trend of the past several years. By continuing to manage interest and build core deposits, we anticipate maintaining a balance between interest income and interest expense, and continuing a positive trend in net interest income. We have been very pleased with the growth in fee-based income from Treasury Management Services, our investment advisory business, and income generated by robust residential mortgage originations. We continue to successfully grow the use of electronic cash management services that help our business customers operate with greater success and efficiency. These services strengthen relationships with customers, and the fee income makes a valuable contribution to non-interest income and thereby our bottom line. Residential mortgage activity has been strong, reflecting the quality of the mortgage origination experience we provide from a very strong team of mortgage bankers. The income from mortgage revenue dollars have made substantial contributions to non-interest income. Our asset management, retirement planning, insurance and benefits business turned in some strong numbers in 2018 and are contributing also to non-interest income growth and thereby the bottom line. During the past several years, we have dealt with a changing interest rate environment, from a long period of very low rates followed by rising rates and continuing uncertainty about what direction rates will take. In addition, the market for loans has been extremely competitive. We feel the value we provide has driven lending and enabled us to succeed in the rate-driven competition. Commercial loans and consumer loans with adjustable rates and generating income from investments have enabled us to be conservative in the rates we pay for deposits. The result is that we have consistently maintained a net interest margin that is better than many of our bank peers and has steadily increased this year. I have discussed the importance of having banking relationships with our clients. This continues to be demonstrated by overall deposit growth, and particularly deposits associated with commercial banking relationships. The growth of deposits in 16, 17, and 18, led by core deposits comprised of non-interest and interest-bearing demand accounts, like checking accounts, has played an important role in funding loan activity and helping us to manage margins. Continuing to grow deposits is a key initiative for this year. We continue to build core, lower interest or non-interest-bearing deposits in the past several years. This has led to core deposits comprising nearly 70% of our total deposit base. We have carefully managed the number of higher interest time deposits and their rates. We probably will not increase the percent of core deposits to time deposits, but by growing overall deposits, we will be adding to a solid base of deposits needed to fund our anticipated loan growth. In 2018, we closed many new loans and maintained a high rate of loan renewals. Much of our loan growth is due to our emphasis on growing our commercial banking business and expanding in our served markets. Our commercial banking team continues to do an excellent job of finding new opportunities and providing the service, advice, and support that builds long-term and lending and banking relationships. Our loan portfolio has grown considerably in the past several years, with accelerating growth in the past 5 years. Our strategy to make and retain commercial loans and consumer loans has resulted in a growing and high-quality loan portfolio. We talk about commercial loans in broad terms, and it's important to remember exactly how diverse that category really is. The variety of businesses we serve is diverse, including property owners, investors, real estate developers, manufacturing concerns, construction companies, small mom-and-pop stores and restaurant owners, nonprofit organizations, and many more small and medium-sized businesses. And these small and medium-sized businesses are the enterprises that keep our economy thriving and our communities healthy. Loan growth has driven the steady asset growth of assets. 2018 was another record year for total assets. Even though we have added physical assets like offices and equipment, which support our ability to conduct business, the greatest growth has come from our earning assets, which is primarily our loan portfolio. As we have built loans and assets, we have been diligent in our credit and risk management practices, underwriting and credit monitoring related to the loans we make and retain. Maintaining strong asset quality is the cornerstone of our banking philosophy, and our credit team deserves a lot of credit in the hard work that has gone into maintaining the asset quality that we have. particularly when you look over the last 5 years, the amount of growth that we have taken on in our loan portfolio and the quality of our asset from that growth, it really speaks volumes. We set high standards for our financial performance and for creating value for our shareholders. Steady growth in book value, which is the measure of a financial company's value and a factor that we control through operations and earnings, has steadily increased. Our stock price, which represents the value the market places on the company, has frankly been somewhat disappointing in recent months. Many top-performing community bank peers have encountered similar declines in their market value during the past year, owing to a number of factors, including investors focused on technology, large corporations concerned about international issues, uncertainty about interest rates, and really issues that have limited impact on community banks other than market sentiment. We continue to focus on the factors that we can control, and that is our ability to grow our company, generate positive financial results, and build value for our shareholders. I would mention as a sidebar that if you go back 5 years, May 16 of 2014 to May 16 of 2019, the NASDAQ KBW NASDAQ Bank Index is up 45%. Your shares as a shareholder is up 65.65%. And if you look at May 18 of last year to May 19 of this year, and you look at the NASDAQ Bank Index, it's down 12.66%. Our stock price is down 3.22%. So we compare very favorably. Misery loves company, right? But we do compare favorably with the indexes and the growth of our stock over the last 5 years. We continue to be focused on creating an attractive total return on our shareholders' investment in Bank of the James Financial Group, and this is something that we take very seriously. The value of the company has been demonstrated by steady growth in shareholders' equity, book value per share, and retained earnings. Our commitment to enhancing total return to shareholders included paying quarterly dividends through 2018, as we have done for several years now. Our growth, productivity, and efficient operation has also generated improved returns on asset and equity in 2018. We are progressing through 2019, executing on the operational strategy that served us well during the past several years. The first quarter of 2019 reflected strong year-over-year progress. We reported the company's highest first quarter earnings in its history, and we continue to demonstrate loan and asset growth that contributed to the company's value. In July of this year, we'll celebrate 20 years in business. Our first quarter performance was a solid way to begin our anniversary year. We have covered much of the key financial information and have noted how important our employees and our customers are to the company's success. I would also like to note that our company's commitment to the community is an important part of our mission. We provide financial support to civic and charitable organizations, and our employees are incredibly generous by volunteering their time and energy to support community organizations. This is part of our duty as a member of the communities that we serve, and we are proud to do what we can to improve the quality of life for the many friends and customers who make up the communities that we serve. To effectively manage an expanded organization, a market president structure has provided market expertise and presence. We are very proud to have these individuals as leaders in the markets. Jared Fury of Charlottesville, Brad Harris in Roanoke, and Thomas Ray in Harrisonburg are here. Would you gentlemen please stand to be recognized? Trevania Cottrell was not able to be here today as our market president in Lexington. I also want to recognize the outstanding work our executive team has done and continues to do. This team has been together now for many years and I believe gives us a real advantage in today's competitive banking environment. I feel privileged to work with a great team of banking professionals who bring commitment, vision, and enthusiasm with them to work each day. Would the executive team of Brian Cash, Brandon Farmer, Angie Johnson, Mike Sarrett, Chip Rumberger, and Todd Scruggs please stand to be recognized. I'd like to recognize the great contributions our advisory board members have made. Our advisory boards in Alta Vista, Amherst, Bedford, and Lynchburg have provided valuable insights and great new business leads. Your advice, guidance, and efforts to raise Bank of the James visibility in our communities and to identify customer opportunities is greatly appreciated. If any of the advisory board members are here today, would you please stand to be recognized? I don't think we have any here. They're out trying to get more referrals for us. A board of directors provides the insights and leadership a public company requires to be successful. The expertise our board members bring to the table is directly related to the company's success. We are proud of the commitment, professionalism, and dedication our board demonstrates, and I'd like to recognize our board members for the fine work they have done on behalf of Bank of the James Financial Group. One more time, would you all please stand to be recognized? We thank all of our Bank of the James team members and our board for helping make this a great place to work and a vibrant part of the communities that we serve. Thank you very much for your attention this evening. I'd like to also thank Brandon Farmer for his assistance on the visuals. And I'd also like to take a moment to thank Tance Lawhorn of our Public Relations Division for orchestrating the Ronald V. Dolan Citizenship Awards again this year. From September until today, Tance works with the guidance counselors and principals in each of the 19 Region 2000 high schools, as well as each of the students who were selected. Thank you, Tance, on a job well done. Mr. Pettit.
Thank you, Bob, and again, congratulations on a great 2018. We have declared a dividend every quarter since announcing the company's first dividend at this meeting 4 years ago. I'm pleased to announce that on April 16th, 2019, your board of directors declared a quarterly cash dividend of 6 cents per share. This dividend will be paid on or about June 21st, 2019 to shareholders of record as of June 7th, 2019. The board determined it was in the best interest of the company to declare this dividend given our capital position and financial performance. Although we anticipate declaring quarterly dividends going forward, please understand that the board must consider a number of factors before declaring any future dividend. At this time, do any shareholders have any questions? Only matters that concern all shareholders should be raised at this time. If any shareholder has a matter of individual concern, please raise it after the meeting. Yes. Would you identify yourself?
Oh, yes, sir. My name is Frank Booker, St. Simon's Island, Georgia, originally from Halifax, Virginia. I have a very simple question because as owners of the company, shareholders, there are two ways that we make money. One is for the appreciation in share price, and the second is through dividend. My question concerns the market makers for our company's shares. I was looking at the bid and ask today, and it's a very wide spread between the bid and the ask. And it's a bit of a discouraging factor when the bid and ask price is so far apart. It discourages you from buying shares because as soon as you do, you sort of lose value immediately. So I'm wondering who the market makers are, and if there's some way that you can contact additional market makers so that the market in our stock will be more competitive. The share price, the bid and ask price will narrow and make it more attractive to buy shares in the company.
Todd, you are probably the person who can answer that question.
I cannot name the individual market makers. I know some of them. I know Raymond James is one. Most of them, when we listed on NASDAQ initially back in 2014, NASDAQ went out and procured those market makers. Market makers' interest is really determined by the market maker. We can ask people to make a market in stock, but they can, based on the interest, they may or may not decide to do that. We have a lot of contact with market makers, and the answer that we really get from that is just lack of liquidity. There's there's not a lot of volume going through the shares. Some days you'll notice that spread is really small. On days that there's big volume, on days when there's small volume, it's gonna, for an illiquid company like ours, it's gonna be that wide. That's really the only explanation I can give you. Certainly we can reach out to them and continue conversations with them, but until the volume increases, it's not really something not much we can do. I hope that answers your question.
Yeah, it does, but and I know that you can't solve the problem, and you, like all the rest of us, would love for the bid and ask spread to be very narrow, because that gives more liquidity to the shares.
Absolutely.
I think there's a lack of liquidity because of a wide spread, quite frankly. So
Yeah, it takes 22. You get more volume, spread goes down, less volume, spread gets bigger.
well, perhaps the answer is to buy some additional companies, issue some more shares, and increase the size of the universe of the bank today.
Thank you, Mr. Booker, for your comments. Are there any other questions? If not, I'm going to ask Bob Chapman to return to the podium to make some special presentations.
Bank of the James is honored to present this year the 14th Annual Ronald V. Dolan Citizenship Awards, given in memory and respect for one of our founding board members and friend, Ron Dolan. These annual awards are a reflection of Ron's enduring commitment to young people and our community. The graduating seniors who are recipients of this possess the following qualities: a student who has demonstrated outstanding citizenship qualities that show loyalty, trustworthiness, kindness, integrity, and a genuine concern for the well-being of others. Faculty and staff from each of the high schools were responsible for selecting the winning student. To the class of 2018, the Ronald V. Dolan Award recipients, we applaud your accomplishments and the fine examples you have set in your citizenship and your leadership. Now I'd like to ask the recipients to please come forward when your name is called, and we'll be handing the awards out over here at this table. And then if the recipient can come over here for a quick photograph, that would be fantastic. Parents and representatives of the school, if you would be kind enough to stand as your student is called, and if we could hold the applause until the end, that will help matters. And at this point, I'd like to call on Ron's wife, Mary Jane Dolan, who is here today. We're happy to have her here to say a few words and assist us in handing out the awards.
Shorty here. And by the way, Ron Dolan would be really happy with the direction that this company has taken. Congratulations for all that hard work. Good afternoon, everyone. This is a real special honor for me to help assist Bob in giving out these awards. Students receiving these awards really do demonstrate qualities of loyalty, trustworthiness, kindness, a spirit of empathy, integrity, and a deep concern for others. And I think that was the whole essence of the life of Ron Dolan. So it's such a pleasure to see you students developing in this manner. You know, it is really all about the journey and not the destination. Awarding our young people awards for good citizenship is important because it is the essence of the journey that really counts. It is a measure of success. It is based on humanity and how we interact with the world every day. It is our commitment to others, our sense of community, and as future leaders of the world, each and every one of you exemplifies this. You know, when I was reading through all these bios of these wonderful students, it just gave me such great pleasure to read that some of these students that we are honoring are involved in volunteering for Daily Bread, Neighbors Helping Neighbors, inclusion projects, health and rehab centers, tutoring young students, working in nursing homes with volunteers, and the list just goes on. And I think this is so important because while you are doing this, you are still excelling academically, participating in athletics, band, drama, writing classes, and demonstrating leadership among your peers. And the common thread that we see through the fabric of your lives of these students are the high standard of excellence, passion for helping others, challenging yourselves, respectful, motivated, disciplined, and non-judgmental. These are universal themes in the material that I read about these extraordinary students, and it exemplifies the values of the person who these awards are given in honor, and thank you very much for that. Through your energy, your enthusiasm, and your example of how you treat others, you truly are on a journey of purpose. How proud of you your parents must be, and how proud of you your teachers must certainly be. The world will be a different place tomorrow because of you, and I congratulate you. And thank you for all that you're doing.
Okay, this is in alphabetical order. So Alta Vista Combined School, Rachel Layton Branning. Rachel is the daughter of Stephen and Laura Branning of Alta Vista. Representing Alta Vista High School is Lindsay West Milam, Counseling Director. Representing Amherst County High School, Roger Charles Chat Terry. Chat is the son of Christopher and Elizabeth Terry. Kim Thomas, school counselor, is here on behalf of Amherst County School High School today. Representing Appomattox County High School, Jessica Elaine Simmons. Jessica is the daughter of Tanya and Samuel Simmons of Appomattox. Representatives from Appomattox High School couldn't be with us this afternoon. Congratulations, Jessica. Brookville High School, Madison Carly Sims. Madison is the daughter of Michelle McGuire and Josh Sims. Representing Brookville High School is Tracy Will Daniels, Director of School Counseling. EC Glass High School, Tigges Lily Maxson. Tigges is the daughter of Anna and Will Maxson of Lynchburg. Representing EC Glass today are Dr. Jeffrey Garrett, Principal, and Jamie Womack, Tigges English teacher. Heritage High School, De'Aaron L. Calloway. De'Aaron is the son of Siobhan McSidian of Lynchburg. Representing Heritage High School are Mr. Timothy Beatty, Principal, and Burnett Beckles, De'Aaron's counselor. One of De'Aaron's guests today here is Leader McQueen, who happens to be the first student from Heritage High School to receive the Dalton Award. It's good to have you back. Holy Cross Regional Catholic School, Lindley Taylor Golden. Lindley's mother and father are Wendy and Kelly Golden of Madison Heights. Doug Washington, Principal, is here on behalf of Holy Cross today. Jefferson Forest High School, Sarah Grace Skeppins. Sarah is the daughter of Dan and Anna Skeppins of Lynchburg. Representing Jefferson Forest is Meg Watson, school counselor. Liberty Christian Academy, Stephen Emmett McGrath. Stephen is the son of Robert and Judy McGrath. Representing LCA today is Dr. John Patterson, Principal. Liberty High School, Emily Page Williamson. Emily is the daughter of Melissa and Dennis Williamson of Blue Ridge. Eric Olson, school counselor, is here on behalf of Liberty High School. Nelson County High School, Hunter Lee Woodson. Hunter is the son of Kelly Ferguson and Heidi and Lee Woodson of Amherst. Representing Nelson County High School today are Janelle Stinnett, Principal, and Lauren Hudson, School Counselor. New Covenant School, Anna Claire Kittrell. Anna Claire's parents are William and Andrea Kittrell of Lynchburg. Representing New Covenant is Stacy Hester, Guidance Counselor. New Vista School. Caroline Lee Kling. Caroline is the daughter of Ryan Kling and Lori Eaglin. Lori is also representing New Vistas as she serves as one of the guidance counselors there. Rustburg High School. Madison Nicole Miller. Maddie is the daughter of Meredith Peach of Rustburg and the granddaughter of Rose Elliott. Representing Rustburg High School today is Principal Amy Hale. Stanton River High School. Samuel Winslow Levine. Sam's parents are David and Marie Levine, and they live in Vinton. Representatives from Stanton River couldn't be here, but send their congratulations to Sam. Temple Christian School. Zachary Andrew Fields. Zach is the son of Andy and Allison Fields of Lynchburg. Representatives from Temple Christian couldn't be here this afternoon, but send their best wishes to Zach. Zach couldn't be here either. Okay, Timberlake Christian School. Gary Patrick Hubbard III. Patrick's parents are Gary and Barbara Hunter, and they reside in Lynchburg. Representing Timberlake Christian School is Carolina Alley, Secondary Assistant Principal. Virginia Episcopal School. Casey W. Kitty. Casey couldn't be with us today, but she is the daughter of Lucy Kitty of Lynchburg, and we send our congratulations to Casey. And last but certainly not least, William Campbell Combined School. Brody James Decker. Brody's parents are Chris and Shannon Decker, and they live in Gladys. Representing William Campbell today are Principal Dabney Hanson and Susan Dalton, Guidance Counselor. Congratulations to all our Citizenship Award recipients. We invite you all to stay and enjoy the reception and take pictures in front of the backdrop here. But we really want to send out a special congratulations to parents and the school counselors and principals and teachers for a job well done. Congratulations.
I don't pretend to know what Mr. Dolan would say to each of the recipients, but I did some research simply trying to find certain things that I think he would echo. And I found 3 statements which were made by Tim Cook, who is the CEO of Apple Corporation. He made this commencement address at Duke University. First thing he said was, dare to think different. The second thing he said was, in every way, at every turn, the question we ask ourselves is not what can we do, but what should we do. And lastly, and most importantly, I think, he said, the time is always right to do right. So I echo that, and I know Mr. Dolan would too. I thank you all for your attendance and interest today. We appreciate your presence and attention and invite you to join us for refreshments in the next room. In addition to the company's management and board of directors, a representative from Young, Hyde, and Barber, the independent accounting firm for 2018, will be available at the reception to answer any questions that you may have. This meeting is hereby concluded. Thank you.